Alrighty, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back. Season 4, Episode 18 of Hit the Books, the podcast all about sports betting, the best bets you should be taking in everything surrounding sports. This week, we have reached the final week of the NFL regular season, Week 18. Lots of recaps and reviews, plus the college football playoff happening now. Some lots to look forward to. Deep dive into the NFL for the playoffs, some notes in the NBA, college basketball, and more. Well, let's jump in this week's episode with Huff and Mackie, who are here with me today. Mackie, why don't you get us started? What do you got for us here, getting into Week 18 here, last week of the regular season?
Yeah, well, first off, Happy New Year, 2025. Nice to be here. College football, obviously, in full swing right now. We saw one playoff game so far today. We're watching a second as we record this, but obviously a great game between Texas and Arizona State. Texas ekes that one out. Double overtime we saw. Drawing a blank here. Who beat Boise yesterday?
Penn State.
Penn State, yeah. But we saw Penn State handle Boise yesterday. Ashton Genty couldn't do enough. He didn't look like his normal self, but it's playing against a real defense does to you. But other than that, NFL, obviously we have Week 18. Season's kind of finishing up, and we're getting ready for playoffs, and yeah, about it.
Heck yeah, Mackie. Lots of good stuff. Huff, get us going here. What do you got for us going into Week 18?
Yeah, huge win today by Texas. Like Mackie said, double overtime. That was an absolute insane game. They're up 20? No, it was what was the score?
24-8, I think.
17-5 at one point. I think it was at halftime.
Yeah.
They obviously let Scatterbo goes crazy in the second half. The Arizona defense steps up, makes a couple huge stops. We end up somehow in a situation where Texas can win it with a field goal at the end. He hits the upright. At that point, I thought I was cooked. It goes to overtime. Arizona State scores a touchdown. Texas responds. That first play of the second overtime where they got the touchdown, the 2-point conversion, I kind of figured that's where they were going to make the stop. They get the game-sealing interception. That might have been the greatest, best, however you want to say it, college football playoff game I can remember the past however many years. Just back and forth, a tale of two halves. Texas had the lead. Arizona State battles the whole way back. That was a crazy game, crazy ending. And I'm excited for, obviously, I was a little bit more excited for this Arizona or Ohio State-Oregon game, but Oregon kind of shit in the bed here, down 34-8 at half as we're recording this. So, and then obviously Notre Dame, Georgia got moved to tomorrow night to wrap things up in the second round.
Heck yeah, going to be an interesting one here coming out of this New Year's Day with these college football games. So Penn State getting the win. We're recording this again during halftime of the Ohio State-Oregon game here, 34-8 as we get into halftime. All right, let's jump forward and start talking about this week here in the NFL. Let's take a look at the current playoff standings in the NFL as we head into Week 18, see who we think will be the final wildcard teams come playoff next week. Here in the AFC, we have the Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Texans, Steelers, and Chargers all clinching a spot here in the playoff with the Broncos looking to get in, I believe, right?
Yeah, Broncos have to win to get in.
Yeah, they just need to win.
Interesting.
Is it, Mackie, what is it? Broncos need to win to get in, Dolphins need to win, and the Broncos to lose?
Yeah, and then Bengals
I think Dolphins. Is Tua back?
No.
I mean, they play the Jets, though. Like, I can see them.
Wait, don't hold me to that.
You guys want me to pull up the
whatever implications or whatever needs to happen kind of thing. I know the Broncos is winning in, and I think the Dolphins they need a win plus a Denver loss.
That's exactly what they need. And Bengals need Miami to lose and Denver to lose, and they obviously have to beat the Steelers.
Yeah. We'll see I could see it be Miami. Miami is a
Tyler
1 point favorite at the Jets. So me looking at that line, I would say Tua is not playing.
Tua is trending toward another missed start 5 hours ago.
So here, Broncos, how the Broncos can clinch a playoff berth, win or tie,
and
or Bengals loss at Pittsburgh plus Dolphins loss or tie.
So the Broncos can get in if the Dolphins and the Bengals both lose.
Yeah,
because they already have the game.
But I'm seeing here playoff probability for the Broncos if they lose 23%, currently 83%. If they win, 99%. So,
yeah, they get to play a Chiefs team that's literally going to be an entire second string roster. So.
They're a 10.5-point dog, though. Chiefs mustn't haven't announced that they're sitting anybody yet.
No,
but
they're 10.5-point
will.
favorites.
Wait, what? The Broncos are 10.5-point
Broncos
favorite.
are minus 650.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Chiefs are
I
not
might
playing.
have just read the line opposite. I
Yeah, I think you
assumed the
did.
Chiefs were. Where's that game? Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, they're 10.5-point favorites.
Yeah, so that's basically. I mean, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm sitting everyone too. The last thing you want is the Broncos sneaking in and going, or not the Broncos, the Bengals sneaking in and going on a playoff run. So,
Yeah.
and obviously you don't want what are you, 15-1? You don't want to run the risk of hurting your star players.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I looked at that. I thought it was Chiefs minus 10, so that makes sense. They're officially sitting almost everybody, I would assume. Plus 425 on the money line.
Carson Wentz, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go with Broncos then. I didn't know. I think they'll handle business there. If they're playing the backups, I think that defense. I think Bo Nix steps up. He's looked good the past few weeks. But we'll get to that game in a little bit.
Yeah, looks like a similar idea here in the NFC. We got the Lions, Eagles, Rams, Vikings, Commanders, and Packers all clinching a spot in the playoff. Bucks looking in here with the game against the Saints here this week.
Bucks win and they clinch the division, I believe.
Yeah, they have a game on the Falcons.
Correct. Yeah, the Bucks clinch the NFC South, win or tie, or Atlanta loss versus Carolina.
They play the Saints this week.
Yes, you got to assume Atlanta wins. Saints are probably, 13.5-point dogs.
Yeah, dude, all these spreads this week.
Spencer Rattler, that's
Wild.
why. I keep forgetting Derek Carr's out. Yeah, it's going to be a really bad week of the NFL, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all these teams are just sitting out a lot of players. You're going to have the Chargers obviously playing real football. The Bengals and Steelers going to be a good game. Yeah, not a lot of teams playing for much.
No. Pretty much wrapped up in most of these. The NFC South really is the only one that still has a division open up, I think.
Yeah, but they're not even good games. They get to play.
The AFC North's still technically open, but the Ravens beat the Browns. They win.
And they're 17.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
Definitely an interesting week here. No Thursday night football. 2 games on Saturday. 1 o'clock Sunday matches. 4 p.m. matchups. 1 Sunday night football game and no Monday night football. So definitely a busy weekend, if you will, for the NFL here in Week 18. You guys ready to jump into those games?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do that here. Starting on Saturday here, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Browns and Ravens in Baltimore. Ravens the favorite here, 17.5 points. Huge spread to get us started here. Total at 41.5. What are you guys thinking here as we jump into these games on Saturday?
Yeah, that's an insane spread. I think obviously Ravens need this game to win the division. I believe that they just need to win the game and maybe a Steelers loss. I'm not sure.
For what?
For the Ravens to clinch the North.
No, they clinch. They have a game on the Steelers. So
they just win. They win. They clinch it. Yeah. Okay.
It says win or tie or Steelers loss.
A Steelers loss. Yep. I'd say Ravens handle business here. 17.5 is a huge number. Not going to take it. Browns are terrible though. I'd lean on the Ravens to handle business here. Maybe the under 41.5. Ravens defense kind of steps up in this one to win them that game. But 41.5 even's a little low for a 17.5-point spread. They're thinking maybe like, what would that even be? 24 to 10, like around there. They think this score is going to be
27,
28
to 11.
28 to 10 would be technically
11.
Ravens cover and the under. Or 31.
What is that? 30 is 30. No, that's too much.
That's
31-10 is under.
31-10 is under and they cover.
29-12 is basically the 17-41.
Yeah. I'd say Ravens in the under. I don't think you'll see much out of this game.
It's DTR. He's 38.6 passer rating, so that's pretty brutal. Yeah, I can see the Browns not even scoring a point. I do kind of like the under, I guess, because I feel like if the Ravens can get away early, they're just going to say Lamar set this one out.
Yeah, they're going to pull everybody at halftime if they're up.
Yeah, so I guess I lean on the under. I'm not going to touch the 17.5. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's move forward here to the better game here on Saturday. Bengals and Steelers in Pittsburgh. Bengals the favorite here, just 2 points, total 48.5. Bengals minus 130 on the money line. Steelers plus 110. Game at 8 p.m. Eastern here. Hoff, what do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, obviously Steelers win this game. We go to Houston on the wild card. We lose this game. It looks like we go to Baltimore. Obviously, one the Steelers need to get. Bengals obviously still have playoff implications alive here. I'm going to say the Steelers can handle business. They haven't looked good the past few weeks. It's going to be tough. Obviously, going up against another tough opponent. Like I said, the Bengals need this and a couple other teams to lose for some help to get in and get that 7 seed. But I'm going to go with the Steelers here. I also think it'll be a lower scoring game, under the 48.5. I don't think this will be like that last time we saw the Bengals and Steelers face off in Cincinnati a few weeks ago, where the final score was 44-38. I don't see a situation where the game gets that out of hand like that in scoring terms, kind of getting up there towards the over. I like maybe a 27-20 or 24-21 kind of game. I think it'll be kind of a little bit lower scoring. I don't see either team putting up 30 points here. I like the Steelers with the under.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean on the Bengals here. I think they know what they need to get the job done. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be a fan favorite here. They're just playing incredible football right now. They're finding ways left and right. Obviously, we saw it last week against the Broncos. I'm really pushing for them to find a way to get in. I don't think it's gonna happen, but Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they're just playing probably some of the best football we've ever seen. The connection that they have right now is pretty incredible. And the Steelers are obviously trending in the opposite direction. I think they're 3 straight losses. Obviously, they had that 10-day stretch against 3 of the best teams in the league. They were dealt a pretty bad hand, but I mean, that beats up on you. It kills the momentum in the locker room. It kills self-esteem there. So I think it's going to be a really tough game for them. But it's going to be a night game. It's at Heinz, really hard place to go into. Wouldn't be surprised if they won this, but I do lean on the Bengals.
So the Bengals, to clinch a playoff berth, need a win versus the Steelers. They need Denver to lose and Miami to lose.
It's going to be tough.
A lot of things.
I just didn't know Denver's a 10.5 point favorite. I think Denver's a team that gets in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they just got to get the job done against the second straight.
A little too late for these Bengals.
Yeah. They just, you got to think about those losses. They lost to the Patriots in week 1. They blew that game against the Redskins. I'm going to call them the Redskins. Week 3, I think.
I forget if they lost to the Patriots. You win your week 1 game, you're in the playoffs. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just,
You're at least in a win and get in scenario if you win that game against the Patriots.
You think about the OT loss to the Ravens where they terrible clock management, terrible whatever they were doing, and they just missed a field goal. It's just there's so many scenarios this season that they obviously are a playoff team. I think they should easily be in the playoffs. It's just they shot themselves in the foot one too many times.
Absolutely.
Lots of good stuff, guys, there on Saturday. Let's move forward to 1 p.m. slate on Sunday here. Panthers and Falcons are going to start in Atlanta. Falcons the favorite, 8.5 points, total 48. What do you guys have for this matchup here?
I'm going to lay the 8.5 here with Atlanta. I think obviously coming off a tough game last week in D.C. where the Commanders end up pulling that out on Week 17 on Sunday Night Football. That was obviously an electric game, led down to overtime. Commanders win on a touchdown in overtime, win the game by 6, and cover that 3.5 point spread. I think the Falcons will handle business here. Divisional matchup. I've been not big on these Panthers team. I've been defending this Panthers team, I should say. I think they're just going to kind of go out towards the end of the season. They're those lowly teams come the end of the season. They don't really necessarily show too much fight, especially in Week 18. I think the Falcons handle business here. Can they still get in as well?
Oh. Falcons. If the Bucks lose to the Saints, that's 13.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
So they can only get in as a division champion.
Yes.
All right. So the Falcons are basically eliminated, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are. Basically. Every team that's basically out right now is going to stay out.
They needed that win last week in DC.
Yeah, that was their season right there.
Yeah.
But getting into this, I mean, we saw that Panthers defense absolutely get embarrassed last week. Baker Mayfield hangs 48 on their head. I do like Bryce Young. I think he's playing great football. I don't think he played great last week, but I think he's doing a lot more than I ever thought he would do. But, I mean, when you have a defense playing like that, you have no momentum. You have nothing really going for you. I just don't think they're going to hang around. And Atlanta's playing, obviously, for their season, regardless of if the Bucs are 13.5 point favorites or not. And I'm a big Michael Penix guy. I know he's not the most accurate, but his good throws are really good, and he slings that football too. So I think they get the job done here. Probably cover the points here. But I don't like betting on the Falcons, so I'm not going to take it.
It's burned us several times this year.
Yeah. They're my team to start the season, too.
Alrighty, let's keep it moving here in the 1 o'clock slate. Commanders and Cowboys in Dallas here. Commanders the favorite, 4.5 points. Total at 44.5. Commanders money line at -225. Cowboys at +185. What about this matchup here? 1 o'clock in Dallas.
Yeah, I guess Washington does have they have something to play for.
They need to be the 6th seed. They don't want to be that 7th seed.
Position wise, they're playing for something here. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders here. I think they're the better team. I'm pretty sure Dallas beat them last time, if I'm not mistaken. You check that for me?
Yeah, they did in DC.
Yeah, they did. Oh, it was that game when they scored like 40 points in the final 2 minutes. They get the season split here. Dallas isn't playing for much. I think CeeDee Lamb's out for the season, obviously. Cooper Rush is just kind of doing his thing. I don't think they're playing terrible football, but they're not playing for anything. And Commanders are, and I don't know. I think Jaden Daniels gets the job done here.
I agree. I also kind of like the over 44. I think Commanders cover the 4.5, and I think this will be a little bit higher scoring. At least get up over that 44 mark down there in Jerry's world. I know you said like no CeeDee Lamb, all that for the Cowboys. Cooper Rush has shown that he can at least move the ball at times. I'm going to go with him to be able to put up some points here. Commanders, Mac, I'm going to use this term lightly. Commanders have beat bad teams all year. Obviously, Cowboys not really playing anyone here, so I look at the Commanders here maybe to put up 30 points here. But that Cowboys defense has been stingy despite the losing towards the second half of the season. So definitely could be a risky play, but I like the Commanders with the over.
It really makes you think what was going on in that 6-game stretch where they were just getting absolutely torched, because this team really is good. Like, I watch them and I'm like, this is like a playoff team. It might not be a top 3 team in the NFC or anything, but they can definitely hang with those big dogs if they're a fully healthy team. They hit that stride in the middle of the season. They lost like 6 straight. It was brutal.
They'll be back next year.
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty, another 1 o'clock matchup here. Bears and Packers in Green Bay. The Packers the favorite here, 10 points for them. 41 is the total. What do we think about this game in Green Bay?
Are there any implications in this game? Yeah, I guess
Packers also need this to win the 6th seed. If Packers win this, I think they get the 6th seed. If Commanders need a win and a Packers loss to be the 6th seed,
I think you're backwards.
Are you sure?
Because the Commanders have the 6th seed right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Packers are 7 right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think Packers handle business here. Divisional opponent, Packers own the Bears, especially in Lambeau, end of the season. I can't imagine there's going to be good weather in Green Bay for this game. Definitely at least freezing cold. Packers are a 10-point favorite. I like the Packers. I like the under 41 as well. I don't think the Bears will do too much on Sunday.
Yeah, fun fact, I think the Packers are 0-5 against... Hold on, I got to fact check this. Yeah, like top teams. Their losses are to the Eagles, Vikings, Lions twice. Okay, Vikings twice, Lions twice, and the Eagles. They're 0-5 against top teams, and they're 11-0 against bottom feeders. So, another bottom feeder here, obviously. So,
and they just lost Jair Alexander for the season.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have a tough time in the playoffs. I don't see them winning a playoff game when they get there, especially if they have to play the Eagles in the first round. But
this is such a different Packers team than we saw last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, they had some. Well,
they're a better roster, which is crazy. Yeah, but
just the momentum.
NFC is very top heavy, and then obviously even the wild card teams like Washington. I wouldn't want to see Jaden Daniels in a playoff game. I know he's a rookie, and Commanders have no experience, but I don't want to have to deal with that.
It was kind of like you didn't want to see Jordan Love in a playoff game last year either. It was just wild card of him being able to just have a game.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers here -10, just to get in the playoffs and then lay an egg.
Alrighty, keeping it moving here. Jags and Colts in Indianapolis. Colts the favorite here, 5 points for them. The total at 45. Colts money line at -225. Jags at +185. What do we think about this game in Indianapolis?
Yeah, both teams are out of the playoffs. I like the Jags here.
I'll keep. We're on opposite sides here. I don't think either of us are going to bet it, but
yeah,
I'll take the home team here, divisional home team. I know 5 points is a lot, but Jaguars, I think I guess they haven't been as bad as I expected with Mac Jones.
Dude, they're really not.
Brian Thomas is carrying them. ETN's come back. Tank Bigsby. They have a good team. I just think the Jaguars need to lose this one to secure a very good pick in this draft. I don't think they're going to be, playing too risky, playing pretty conservative to do what they can to not take leads in this game. If you're the Jaguars, it is smart to try to lose this one, but I'll go with the Colts to cover the 5 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the +5 here. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win the game. Colts usually fall in that number anyway. They're the one team that always spread comes into play, but I do like the +5 here. Keep it close in a divisional game. That means absolutely nothing.
Not much to say about that one here, but this next one here, Bills, Patriots, Aces, New England Patriots. He's not here to talk him up against the Bills, but they're at home. Bills are the favorite here, just 2.5 points, total 38. Bills money line at -145, Patriots +120. Assuming Bills are not playing many people with that number, but what do you guys got?
2.5
I'm gonna go with the Patriots here to fuck up their draft spot. They love to beat one of their divisional opponents at the end of the season, especially since they haven't been too good of a team since Brady left. I'm gonna say the Patriots get the job done here to end the season with 4 wins, and they won't have that number 1 pick after this week.
The Bills are playing for nothing, right?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. They have the 2 seed clinch.
Yeah. I guess I could ride with you here. Give me the Patriots. Just some little Drake May magic, just to screw
Just
over.
a bright spot
next
for
year.
the Patriots to end the season on, and then they'll realize that this win could cost them Travis Hunter.
We probably should have lost this game.
Yeah, this win could cost you Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I'll ride with you here.
Sounds about right here. All right, next one here, another one very similar to that last. Giants, Eagles in Philadelphia. Eagles the favorite, just 2 points there. Total 37.5, very, very low. Eagles -145, Giants +120. What do you guys think here? Eagles locking up that number 1 spot, right?
So Saquon's not
2
playing.
in the NFC.
Saquon's not playing. Jalen Hurts isn't playing. I'm not sure if A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith
They're
are.
not going to let him go for the record, dude.
No. I mean, I'm
Damn.
sure they asked him, but Saquon doesn't care, dude. Like I remember one game. There was like a clip where Sirianni went up to him and was like, "You're like 16 yards away from your personal record. Do you wanna like go back out there?" And he was like, "Nah, I'll get it some other time." He got it like 2 weeks later, but they probably
It's
asked
probably that
him.
game against the Rams.
They probably asked him, and he was like, "Nah, whatever. I'll sit."
No, I see that. They're a good team. You don't want to risk him getting hurt. He's
I mean,
not
that's
known
your-
as the
that's your
healthiest
season
guy,
right there.
so it's probably smart for him to get the extra week of rest.
That's your season right there. He gets injured in a Week 18 game, and
Especially with Jalen already dealing with some injury.
he's out. Yeah, he's out with a concussion. So, shitty
I'll take
game.
Kenny Pickett-led Eagles. They looked good last week.
It did. So did Drew Lock, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Giants Super Bowl was last week. They
How-
fucked up their pick, too.
They're 3-13. How stupid of it is them to go out there and win a
Watch them
football
win
game.
this game.
That's what I'm saying. Last 2 weeks of the season, you were 2-13 going into Week 16, and
You win out to go end with 4 wins and get pick 8.
oh my god, yeah, probably that's the most Giants thing to do.
Because
So
if they beat the Eagles, that's strength of victory, like, huge. So they would pass they'd be behind every 4-win team if they beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah,
how
and
as
they're
soon
all-
as it goes,
they're also- they're also.
isn't strength of victory the first tiebreaker?
I think it's head to head if there's only 2 teams, but when there's
Yeah.
like more teams, I think,
Yeah.
or it's like conference record, something like that.
Divisional wins, maybe. Yeah.
No, it's not divisional. It's either strength or it's conference wins. But
This definitely would be a big strength of win because the Eagles obviously sitting there at 13-3. If the
yeah,
Giants
it would
pull
be
this
so
off.
Giants to do this. It's so funny listening to all the Giants fans that are like, "Fuck you guys for winning last week." Like we
Yeah,
had
the
the
best
number one
part, like if I'm
locked
Drew
up.
Lock, like the Giants aren't going to re-sign you, or most likely, at least if they do, you're just
Yeah.
going to be the backup again. I'd be like,
Go
fuck you
fuck 'em-
guys, I'm
go
going to win
fuck
this
'em up.
fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the players don't care. The players do not
No.
care. It's all the front office that cares. That's why it's so hard to just like
You
bank
can't
on.
tank.
Yeah, you can't tank. Can't.
I low-key wish there was a draft lottery in the NFL, so like you could guarantee you can't tank.
Well, that's basically the exact reason why other sports do it. So
Yeah.
you can't tank.
That's what I'm saying. I like that about the NHL, NBA, and MLB.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you require to suck and you have to get a little bit of luck to get the number 1 overall pick.
Well, it's funny because like when I feel like most of the time they don't even the worst team doesn't even get the number 1 overall pick.
Look at the
Especially in the
Spurs when they
NBA.
got Wemby. Like, that should have been the Wizards'
Who was
pick.
it? It was the Pistons 3 years in a row
Yeah.
that they were the worst team in the league and they didn't get the number 1 overall pick.
That's what I was thinking, the Pistons. I was just
Yeah.
thinking red and blue.
Who'd you say?
I was saying when Wemby went to the Spurs, that should have been the Pistons' pick. I said it should have been the Wizards, but I was thinking of the Pistons.
Wizards. Yeah, no, it was the Pistons.
Wemby technically should be a Piston if it goes off of worst record. It's
I-
the top pick.
Like imagine him being a Piston That's where you got to think like maybe it's a little rigged because like obviously like San Antonio is such a
There's one
more
extra
attractive
ping pong
franchise.
ball in there for the team they want him to go to.
Yeah, exactly. Or there's like a magnet in it where
The back of every ball just has a Spurs logo on it. They're like, oh shit, he's a Spur.
yeah, there's something fishy going on.
I would like that though, especially for the NFL. That'd be one more thing they could televise and make a shit ton of money off of. The draft lottery. We're gonna pull ping pong balls for the top 10 pick.
What about that year in the NHL when they announced the number 1 overall pick before the ball was even pulled?
Oh yeah, no, it was the card. They do the card.
Yeah, they do
didn't
the card, but like underneath it said, like you know how like on TV it like says like Chicago Blackhawks number 1 overall pick. Like they didn't even read the card yet, and it said in the bottom because I think it was Bedard's year.
Yeah,
it said Chicago Blackhawks number 1 overall pick, and everyone was like, "What? Card hasn't even been opened."
Can we talk about how much of it? Like, did you see what he wore in the Winter Classic?
Who,
In warm-ups?
Bedard?
Yeah. I know he's like a
You're gonna
20-year-old
hate on him?
kid, but like he's trying to do too much.
No, dude, I love him. You can't hate him. You can't hate
I
on
don't
him.
know. I didn't love it. And then you go out there and lose 6-2. I know
Yeah,
Blackhawks
yeah.
suck, but Blues aren't good either.
What was I gonna say? Shit. Oh yeah, did you see those jerseys though?
Yeah, those are
So
sick.
sick,
I
dude.
like both teams' jerseys.
And the coaches
were
had
nice.
the vintage.
I love
like,
the coach
oh,
get the best
God.
gear for the Winter Classic.
yeah, it looks so sick. I love those Blackhawks jerseys. The Blues ones were nice too, but
I
those
like the
Blackhawks-
Blues logo with the STL.
Mhm.
That was pretty clean.
Yeah, like the light blue.
Yeah. Oregon.
No way.
Like the 3.
Look, making some noise. That would be pretty embarrassing if OSU blew this one.
Could you imagine?
Alrighty. Let's keep it moving here. 1 o'clock slate here still. Saints and Bucks in Tampa. Bucks are the favorite here. 13.5 points. Total 43.5. What do we think about this game in Tampa? Tampa needs to win this game. That's all, right?
Yeah, 13.5 is ridiculous. Dude, there's actually, you know what I was just thinking? Great teaser opportunities this week for the high spreads, the teams that need to get the job done. Like, tease the Bucks down, get them at 6.5, 7.5. Tease the Packers down, get them at 3. Like, these are just great opportunities, I think. Even the Broncos, I think you could tease them down, get them 3.5.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with I'll be all over the Evans props in this game. I know that'll be popular, but he needs I think it's 85 yards for his however many 1,000th yard year. I think he'll get that. He'll handle this Saints defense. He looked good last week. He needs 5 catches and 85 yards for a $3 million bonus. So I'll be keeping an eye on these Mike Evans props and what he's set at going into this game on Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's 5 receptions, 85 yards. And you know, Baker already said like I think I want him more worse than he does. So he's gonna be getting him the football, making him the extra money.
Absolutely, I'll be keeping an eye on those numbers. He's probably gonna be set at 6, and like I don't know, 85 yards is a lot for him to be set at, but I could see him be set in the 70s. He's usually at like what 64.
I think that's like average, yeah, like 64. Yeah, I'd see like 6. No, I don't know about 70s. Probably like 68.
He could be like 68.5, 69.5.
Yeah, that's high. It's a lot to jump like 10.
Yeah.
10 yards.
Yeah, Bucks handle business here.
Easy.
Alrighty, last 1 o'clock game here. Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. Texans are the favorite here. Just 1 point for them. Total 38.5. Texans money line at -115. Titans at -105. Houston locking up that number 4 spot in the AFC. What do you guys think about this last 1 o'clock matchup?
Yeah, give me the Texans just based off of the Titans being the worst against the spread team in NFL history. So I'm going to keep rolling with that one there. Give me the Texans plus. I'm just going to take the +1 because you got to go against the spread.
Yeah, I'll take the Texans here as well. This game, I don't think this game means not anything for either team. Titans obviously do not want to win this. Still sitting there with 3 wins. Secure your good draft pick, but yeah, I'll take the Texans here, even though this game's in Nashville.
Does anybody have 2 wins?
No.
4 teams with 3 wins.
That's crazy.
Titans, Patriots, Raiders.
Browns. Raiders have 4.
Who was the other one?
Browns, Giants.
Browns, Giants.
Yeah, the Raiders were 2-12 and they just won their last 2 games, so they're fucking that one up too.
Alrighty, into the 4 o'clock slate here. 49ers and Cardinals in Arizona. Cardinals the favorite here, 4 points for them. Total 42.5. Cardinals minus 200 on the money line. 49ers plus 165. What do we think about this 4 o'clock matchup here in Week 18?
Yeah, I'll give it to the Cardinals here. Josh Dobbs starting for the Niners. Don't have much faith in them. That team's a dumpster fire. Who would have thought the Niners would be 6-10 heading into Week 18? I think Huff did actually, but
I called the Rams winning the NFC West, and they clinched it last week.
that was big. Good hit.
I didn't bet it, but it feels good that I called that was a hot take going into this season.
Yeah, what were they had to be like
Plus 400 probably.
north of +3. I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I would have bet it.
Give me the Kyler Murray Cardinals here.
I agree. Josh Dobbs for the Niners, basically for every reason you said. I'll take the home team here. Divisional matchup. I think the Cardinals already beat them. Am I correct on that? Not that it really matters. I'll take the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I think they're still going with Kyler, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, give me
From what
Kyler
I
in
can
this
see,
game.
yeah, they
Trey
are.
McBride, the way they were playing, they didn't play bad against the Rams last week. Give me the Cardinals here.
Cardinals beat them 24-23 in Week 5.
Okay, that's far back though.
Yeah, and it's a completely different team.
It's different when teams play like how the Bills are playing the Patriots 2 times in 3 weeks, or like my Steelers did it with the Browns.
Alrighty, let's move forward to this next 4 o'clock matchup. Chiefs and Broncos. Broncos at home. Also the favorite, 10.5 points for the Broncos on the Chiefs. Total 39.5. What do we think about this game in Mile High? Who's not playing? What's going on?
I love the under here. The under 39. Both of these teams have good defenses. I know the Chiefs are going to be sitting a lot of people. Broncos need this game. I think it'll be a closer to the vest kind of game. I don't love the 10.5 for the Broncos. I like your opinion of trying to tease some of these bigger spreads, get them down to 3. I like the under 39.5 here. And Mackie Oregon just scored a touchdown.
Nice.
34-14.
Yeah, you gotta assume they get the job done here. It's the Chiefs, though. I never really like to bet against them. I don't care really who's playing, but yeah, the 10.5 just not doesn't look good to me. If anything, I would tease it down. But yeah, you gotta assume Broncos get the job done.
Alrighty, next matchup here. Chargers and Raiders in Las Vegas. Chargers favorite, 5 points for them. Total at 41. Chargers minus 225 on the money line. Raiders plus 185. What do we think happens in Vegas here with this Chargers team?
Chargers need this win. Yeah.
I believe so for
Well,
seeding.
yeah, they do want that 5 seed bad.
Yeah,
but they will know about the Steelers before, so that could be a big factor on.
This line could move a lot.
where this
Steelers
line
lose, they're going to
moves.
sit people.
But then again, could they get the 7 seed behind the Broncos? Do they have that tiebreaker?
Oh, I don't know.
Broncos lost to the Chargers and lost to them twice. So Chargers can't go down.
Okay, so they're going to play guys here. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah. No, that means that that means if the Steelers win, then they have nothing to play for.
Oh, so I thought you said they've lost to the Broncos, so they can't lose.
They beat the Broncos twice.
Oh, I thought you said they went down to the Broncos twice.
No. They beat the Broncos twice. So
Okay.
if the Steelers win, this line will probably change pretty drastically. You got to assume.
Yeah, and the Raiders love winning meaningless games. That switched my opinion. I like the Raiders plus 5.
Because you think the Steelers are going to win.
I hope they win. Even just the fact that the Raiders, I don't even know. Raiders love winning meaningless games. I can see the Raiders hanging
just
around
keep
this one.
it
It's in
close.
Vegas.
It's divisional. It's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Keep it close.
Should be an interesting one.
Jesus,
Nice
this
start,
slate sucks. I hate Week 8.
Week 18's brutal.
Alrighty, another one here. Seahawks, Rams. Seahawks the favorite in LA. 6.5 points for them. Total at 39. What do we think about this one here in LA?
Rams clearly going with nobody here based on that line. I'll take the under 39. Lowest scoring divisional matchup in LA. I don't think the Rams get blown out too much. Who's going for quarterback for them? Stetson Bennett, maybe?
It says Matt Stafford.
Interesting.
Won't play this week. Never mind. Yeah, probably Stetson Bennett. I do know that Geno Smith needs a win. To
Yeah,
clinch
Gino needs a
$2
lot.
million.
Gino needs like 180 passing yards for a big bonus. I saw that one.
180 million or 180 passing yards for $2 million, and then a win for $2 million. He needs 10 wins for $2 million.
I could see them get the win. This game means nothing to the Rams.
Tease him down 6.5. You tease him down to basically a pick 'em at a 0.5.
That's a good play. This Seahawks team, I kind of wish they would have got in. They're a fun team, but they're just not a playoff team.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the NL or the NFC wild card's just bloated this year. So
yeah, and it's all because one division's going crazy with the NFC North.
Yeah, exactly. And you have Commanders who came out of nowhere.
Alrighty, let's go into our final 4 o'clock matchup here. Dolphins and the New York Jets in New York. The Dolphins, the favorite here, just 1 point for them. Total at 39. Dolphins money line at -125. Jets at +105. What do we think about this one?
I'll take the Dolphins here.
These games are like numbing my head right now. Like, all these like pointless games. I just can't wrap my head around it.
I'll take the Dolphins here. This isn't pointless for them. They need this to keep their at least right there. Control what they can control. I'll take the Dolphins here.
I guess control what they can control. Yeah. I guess you can roll with the Dolphins there too. It's just Jesus, Tyler Huntley going.
Then we absolutely have a great game to end the week off with Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, this is what we've been waiting for. This game right here.
Yes, final one here. Sunday Night Football, Vikings and Lions, 2-14-2 teams taking it out here in Week 18. Lions the favorite here at home, 3 points for them. Total at a high 56.5. Lions money line at -160. Vikings at +135. What are we thinking? Final game here in Week 18. What do you got?
Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Lions.
Vikings. Yes, give me the Vikings. 9 straight, going for 10 straight. How Vikings of it would it be for them to win 10 straight, go into get a bye first round, and then get beat by 30 in the second round of the playoffs?
No, I can see it. I like it. I love this Vikings team. I'm big. I kind of doubted them early on in the season. They've proved me wrong. I kind of just stopped, hating against them early on and started riding them on that. I'm part of that streak. And last week against Green Bay, I had them. That was probably my biggest hit of the weekend personally, but I'm going to go with the Lions here. I don't think they'll slip this up. I know they're injured. The situations that are on this line in Detroit, Sunday Night Football, I just think Jared Goff will have this team ready. I actually like the over 56.5. That's insane, but every time the Lions have an over and they're playing a very good team that's set this high, like a 56, 54.5, I always say just mindlessly take this over. They'll score the points. They haven't been, but I think this is a game that'll get up there. Could be 30-27, something like that. And then obviously I think they'd handle the rest. Actually, that would hit. 30-27 would hit. So that would be nice, and that'd be a 3-point game. So I'll take the Lions here. I lean on the over, maybe tease them both together. I don't usually advise going through 0, but if you can get the Lions at +3.5 and maybe the over down in the 40s, I love that play.
Yeah, obviously not my favorite play, but I do like the Vikings. I think they it's just one of those years where they're just gonna Sam Darnold's finding a way left and right. The Vikings, great regular season team historically. I don't know. I think that they can win this one. They played last time in Minnesota. Minnesota lost by 2. I think it was I actually don't remember how the game ended, but Minnesota's right there. They're playing great football. You have the best receiver in the league. Sam Darnold's playing incredible football. Aaron Jones playing top of his game. That defense is no slack either. I don't know. I think the Vikings can pull this one out.
I like it. This is obviously game of the week.
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, that's all we got here for Week 18 in the NFL. Let's run through our power rankings here real quick. Coming in at number 5, the Buffalo Bills. Number 4, Minnesota Vikings. Number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 2, the Detroit Lions. And number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs for our final week of regular season power rankings. What do you guys think about those as we gear up for the final week of the regular season?
I think those are definitely the 5 best teams in the NFL. Eagles dealing with some injuries. I think it's crazy to have the Bills at 5, but those teams ahead of them are also very good teams. Lions dealing with some injuries. We're going to see the Lions and Vikings face off this weekend. But I think we got the list right with the top 5 here. Ravens just on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I think it's the clear-cut top 5. You can obviously interchange 3 through 5, I'd say. I think 1 and 2 are pretty locked for now. But
I think right now I'd say Vikings over Eagles just because of the injuries, but
that's fair. That's fair.
we'd have to see.
Fair.
Alrighty, lots of good stuff. Let's jump into the NHL here first with our power rankings. Starting at number 5, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Number 4, the Washington Capitals. Number 3, the Minnesota Wild. Number 2, the Vegas Golden Knights. The Winnipeg Jets. And number 1, the Vegas Golden Knights. What are you guys thinking about our power rankings here coming into this week with the Winter Classic and all that jazz?
These Capitals just continue to win games.
Yeah, it's not a fluke. It's really not. They're playing great hockey. They're beating really good teams too. Ovi's back. I think he scored 2 goals in 2 games in his first 2 games back. So can't stop the madman. But other than that, Knights are rolling. They don't even have 10 regulation losses yet, which is incredible.
That team's loaded.
Yeah, they're stacked. Absolutely stacked. Jets are hanging around up there. You know, they had that hot start. They're hanging around up there, but
They have 2 games played on Vegas.
yeah,
too,
that's the big one there. Devils look good. Minnesota looks good.
Devils are I had the Devils in mind, but I think they're right there on the outside looking in as well.
Yeah, if they're not 5, they're 6.
I think it's a solid list. Like we said, Winter Classic was yesterday. Chicago went down in that. What was it? 6-2. That was at Wrigley. It was a good venue. I thought. Obviously, we've seen Wrigley. How many times can we see the Blackhawks and the Blues? Give us some new teams. And that's coming from someone that's seen the Penguins play outdoors 3 times. And I feel like it's always the Penguins, the Bruins, the Red Wings, and the Blackhawks. Like, can we get some different blood in here? I'd like to see maybe 2 Canadian teams. I don't know the last time they've done that. Maybe Oilers, Leafs. That would be sick. Seeing a Winter Classic.
Oilers, Flames, yeah.
Yeah, something
Rivalry
like the
up there.
Heritage Classic, like they used to. But the Winter Classic was cool. I did not watch too much of it. I was more excited to wait for Penn State. But it's tough. Look, the NHL just knows where they stand. Anytime there's football on, they're like, "Oh shit, football starts at 8. We got to get our game started by 5:30."
Games at 5, yeah. Exactly how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I get the Blackhawks. You want to get Connor Bedard on national television for the Winter Classic, but brutal
Little too
matchup.
early. Wait till they're a good team.
Yeah, give them 2 years. They'll be competitive.
Yeah.
It's a brutal matchup.
Heck yeah, lots of good stuff in the NHL. Like we said, Winter Classic there. Blues taking down the Blackhawks 6-2 at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Let's try to get some new teams in there for sure. I agree with that. But jerseys were cool and venue was good and all that jazz. Moving forward here, let's jump into the NBA here, starting with our power rankings. Coming in at number 5, the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 4, the Boston Celtics. Number 3, the New York Knicks. Number 2, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And number 1, the Oklahoma City Thunder. What are you guys thinking about our power rankings here coming in this week before we get into anything else here in the league?
The lowest the East Celtics have ever been, and the first time your Knicks have passed them.
You want to know what's funny is if he sent pick or power rankings, he would have put the Celtics at 1 just so they can jump the Knicks, get more points than them. But dude, they're playing better basketball. They've won 8 straight. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They have 4 players, first time in NBA history. 4 players have had at least 40 points in a game before January 1st. So I think they really are the most all-around team in the NBA. They have a bunch of players that can score the ball. And then you have Josh Hart in there, who just is a rebound machine. He plays 45 minutes a night. But yeah, the top 2 teams, OKC on a 12-game winning streak.
You should have been all over Ace the other night when the Celtics lost to the Pacers. Nemhart went for 17.
He's just gonna talk about how they beat us in the playoffs last year, which it was a completely injured roster, but no getting through to that thick dome.
Yeah. But his chirp to you is always Nemhart. He put up 17, 8, and 8 against in Boston in the Garden.
No way, did he? I saw that they beat him. I didn't see Nemhart went off.
He was 2 rebounds and 2 assists away from a triple-double.
Celtics are sliding here. I think they've lost 5 out of their last 10.
They're 5-5 in their last 10.
Maybe you see a little trouble in paradise over there.
They have a very tough schedule coming up. Road trip, too.
Listen,
in Minnesota, in Houston, in OKC, in Denver.
Listen, I'm telling you, Knicks are coming. They're barking. They are right there. Knicks have to go to OKC in 2 games, too. I'm actually really interested to see that game, see how they play against, obviously, the best team in the West.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Alrighty, one more point here in the NBA. The GOAT, LeBron James, turned 40 this week on December 30th. LeBron said he could play 4 to 5 more years of high-level basketball if he wanted. How many more years does the King have left in the tank? What do you guys think?
I'm not going to doubt anything LeBron says. If he wants to play 4 more years, I think he could do it. But beginning part of this year, he didn't look too good. But I think he's just good enough to kind of flip that switch whenever. Lakers, obviously, they're okay. What's their record? 18-14, or they're in the middle pat. Yeah, 18-14.
Yeah, they're right
I thought they were
around there.
19. That's the Clippers, but they're hanging around. They're gonna do that. I think they'll be in a position to be in that play-in or the 6th seed in the West. That West is pretty heavy loaded towards the top. Thunder, Grizzlies, that young Rockets team. Obviously, we saw where the Mavericks went last year. The Minnesota Timberwolves starting to find their own. They've won a couple games, stringing together a few wins. They're sitting there below the Lakers at 17 and 15. But the Spurs, probably the surprise of the season. No one really expected them to be in this picture this early. They're in that play-in. If the play-in started tomorrow, that would be awesome games. Lakers, Warriors, Minnesota, Spurs. I'd have to pick a side on Ant and Wemby. I don't know where I'd go there. Probably Wemby.
Minnesota, Spurs, and then what was the other one?
Lakers, Warriors.
I mean, it's vintage versus the
It's
newbies.
like the new stars versus
It's
the
the
GOAT.
vintage versus the newbies, yeah. I mean that Lakers Warriors game on Christmas Day was absolutely ridiculous. So
Awesome.
definitely the best game of the season. But I don't know, it'd be cool to watch Wemby versus Ant. Wemby's
Does LeBron get Bryce James drafted, and then he retires after Bryce plays? First got to play with his son, and he gets both sons.
I don't know, dude. Do you think he's got
When does
just
Bryce go
think-
to Arizona? Is it next year?
next year? Yeah,
Oh yeah, LeBron's definitely going to play at least 2 more years then.
you think so?
Yeah, I think he'll play 2 more years. He'll play Bryce's rookie year if Bryce is good enough to go to the NBA.
But dude,
Bryce is supposed to be better than Bronny, and Bronny
yeah,
was a second round pick. So like,
he is. And Bronny had a heart attack on the court. So I mean, Bronny was supposed to be a little better than what he is, but Bryce is supposed to be better. Yeah,
Bryce
for
is
sure.
supposed to be the one that's like, all right, this is LeBron's son.
Like this is where the genes come from.
Yeah. He's so much bigger than Bronny too.
Yeah, he's got like 4 inches on him. But yeah, I mean, I hope he does. He's obviously good enough to play in the league. I think he can play realistically can competitively play in the league for another 8 years. Obviously, he's not going to do that. But
I think 4 is the max. I hope he never retires as long as he's still playing good. But
dude, he's
sooner
so
or later, Father of Time never loses.
true.
Alrighty, lots of good stuff out of the NBA here into the college football world. Penn State defeating Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl on Tuesday night, 31-14. Penn State moves on to their first semifinal in program history and will face the winner of Notre Dame and Georgia playing on January 2nd there in the Sugar Bowl. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, obviously Penn State looked good. They're gonna wait the winner, like I said, Notre Dame, Georgia. That game now moved to tomorrow at 4 p.m. I believe. So that's gonna be electric there. Love to see that. I'm excited for that one. We could get into this game, Mackie. Who do you like? Notre Dame, Georgia. Georgia, 1-point dog, over under 45.5, -110 both ways on the money line.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame here. I just don't like this. I don't trust this rookie quarterback. I don't trust. He's not even just a rookie quarterback.
What's his name? Stockton?
I couldn't even tell you.
I think it's his name.
He's not just a rookie quarterback. He has 0 experience except for playing a half in that last game against Texas, which he played pretty well, but he doesn't swing the football. I don't think he can move the football. I think he can run. He can use his feet pretty well, but I don't think he can pass the ball downfield. Notre Dame's a pretty high-flying offense. Riley Leonard, I'm a big fan. You're obviously a big fan of Jeremiah Love as well. I think Notre Dame's offense is good enough to where a rookie quarterback is not going to be able to do much. Give me Carson back in this game, and I'd say Georgia by a touchdown.
Georgia.
But I don't think this rookie quarterback can close that gap.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think Notre Dame is going to catch an injured Georgia team here. On my bracket, I do have Georgia losing in the national title game to Texas, but I'm starting to lean on Notre Dame here. I'm probably not going to bet a side in this one. If this Ohio State game ends as it's looking, I have a teaser from all 4 of these games this weekend. I did Boise State plus 24.5. That hit. Texas plus 0.5. That hit today. Ohio State plus 10.5. That's looking pretty good as they're up 20. And then the last leg would be Notre Dame plus 14.5. So that could be my rooting interest to bring home this 4-leg teaser here tomorrow night, whenever that is, 4 o'clock.
Looking pretty damn good.
When I did that, every number like lined up with a number that you want in the football, like 24. Obviously, Texas was just money line.
And you get the half.
10.5, 14.5. I was like, that's like a sign. Like I have to do this. Usually when you take a teaser, there's always one team that you have to get like 15.
How'd you get Ohio State at plus 10.5?
I took them they were minus 2.5, and I put it at plus. It was a 13-point teaser, so I took every spread and gave it 13 points.
That's crazy.
It was minus 105 for all 4.
Good thing you didn't go Oregon.
Yeah.
But I like that. I'm a big fan of that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, I like Notre Dame. Oh yeah, I didn't send it. I just took Boise. I took Boise straight too, and then I didn't take Texas today straight. I said I wouldn't be betting their spreds much during these playoffs.
You took them against Clemson too.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not gonna bet it, and then it gets right down to the game.
The first game, I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. It worked. I was like, it's not gonna work for me this time.
Didn't they come with a half a point too?
Yeah, they won by 14. It was 13.5. Today was sweaty. I'm excited for this next round, but if they get Ohio State looks ready to get to that national title game.
This team looks scary. Then again, Ryan Day doing his best.
Ryan Day versus Sarkisian. Who can lose the bigger game?
Yeah, exactly. Ohio State touchdown.
Yeah, so they're up 40 with a extra
TreVeyon
point.
Henderson. This game's over.
Oh yeah, it's over.
So
26 points.
Yeah, lots going on in the college football playoff world. Texas, Arizona State. Texas winning that matchup here. Oregon, Ohio State. Ohio State looking like they're going to win that one. Again, Notre Dame, Georgia tomorrow, January 2nd. Let's touch on a little bit here in the college basketball world. West Virginia taking down number 7 Kansas at the Allen Fieldhouse on Tuesday by a score of 62-61. WVU was without starters Tucker DeVries and Aman Hansberry. Javon Small led the way with 40 minutes played, 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists for the Mountaineers. What do you guys think about your Mountaineers taking down here number 7 Kansas? They're home. What do you think?
40 minutes. Not an easy place to play. You don't have 2 of your starters. That was a huge win for WVU. They're now sitting at what? Back 10-2 in the season.
They got it. They gotta be.
This team ranked.
They gotta be ranked after this. They have wins against Gonzaga. They have a win against Kansas. They have another big time win too.
Like the Gonzaga win was a neutral site, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
In Kansas, Arizona, top 7 team. That's crazy.
Arizona, Gonzaga, Kansas in Allen Fieldhouse.
9.5 point dogs.
Oh yeah, top 4 without 2 of your starters.
Mm-hmm.
This team's good. I really like this team.
Gets a triple double. He's a stud.
Javon Small, 40 minutes a game. That's incredible.
Didn't leave the floor.
This team's good. They're definitely tournament bound.
Where do they stand in the Big 12? Let me pull.
They're 1-0.
Oh, that was their first Big 12 game?
Yeah.
All right. I like it. 1-0.
Listen,
you
get the
their
edge
next
on
game's
them.
against a tough Oklahoma State team at home this Saturday.
Yeah, but now you get that edge over Kansas. You get to go home, get to go home and play them at the Coliseum. A nice sweep over Kansas would go a long way.
Yeah. Obviously, you got to deal with Iowa State too in the Big 12.
Oklahoma State at home though. You got to win that game. You got to win your home game.
Coliseum on Saturday.
The top team should win every home game.
I agree.
Alrighty, I think that's about just everything we have. Anything else to add before we get out of here?
No, I think that's it. Obviously college football playoffs tomorrow. I don't know. Is this game 4 p.m.? I've seen 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
I think it's 4.
Okay, I think you're right. I just want to confirm.
What game are we talking about?
4 o'clock. That's sick on a Thursday. That is awesome. I'm excited for that game. Way better than having to watch this at 8:45 p.m. Eastern time, and this game end after midnight. So I'm excited for that. College football playoffs been electric. We just got an absolute movie with Texas and Arizona State there today. This game not so much. Oregon didn't really want to come out to play today, but hoping we get a good one tomorrow with Notre Dame and Georgia. Other than that, thanks for listening. Make sure you're staying tuned to all our social media. College basketball world is just rolling right now. Lots of good games coming up. Conference plays officially underway. So make sure you're staying tuned to our NCAA basketball card there. Posted on our social media, HitTheBooks.pod, HitTheBooks_pod on Twitter. Other than that, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. And stay tuned for our NFL live stream for Week 18 Sunday in the NFL.